questions for Coach Gibson?
Only one quarterback this time. What are you going to do?
I don't know. We're not going to know how to act. So, no, and this quarterback is, obviously he creates issues. He's a runner, extends plays, tough, can throw the ball. So he's a lot like the kid we faced a couple weeks ago.
And Bird is another big physical receiver that you got to deal with.
Yep. Yeah. Him and the Mims kid both are big kids, so they can run. They're athletic. If you leave them one-on-one, I mean, they're going to hurt you. So we have to do a good job of always knowing where they're at. Yeah, and the one thing about it is you can't just concentrate on them and try to double cover them because their run game will get you. So, you know, we have to do a good job of mixing up pressure, showing pressure, not bringing it, dropping eight, you know, getting hands on receivers early.
Is this another game where you had to kind of remind you guys not to leave their feet on the pump fake? It seemed like
yeah, hell, I guess I'm going to tell them something different because that didn't work obviously last week. So I don't know.
Better guys too.
Yeah, it was bad.
Speaking of Jalen Hurd, obviously he was a running back turned receiver, but he played running back a few snaps against Texas, especially in the I formation. How much do you guys prepare for that? What kind of challenges does that present?
We're, you know, and Coach Rule does a great job. And you know, his past, he wants to be a physical guy. He's an O-line guy, hard coached over a long time. And they can get big and smash him and put him back at tailback. So they do a really good job with their package with that. They bring an extra O-lineman in, the tight end number. And, they try to get big on you. They go tight end wing and one wide out, two backs. And it's old school football, so it's actually fun to watch.
Brewer hurts you just sort of run around and making plays last year's same style from him this year?
Yeah, I think he's a little more in control of the offense right now and playing within the system. But he does a really, really good job. And they do a really good job of moving the sticks on third down. They're one of the best teams in the country at doing that, and that's all because of him. Because if you're covering guys downfield, he's going to take off on you. So he will keep plays alive, and we have to be careful too, not coming off guys too early because he can still throw it. So, but he's dangerous.
Well, it used to be that you would pay attention to sacks by a defensive lineman. I think today that's not quite as big a deal, possibly. How do you judge defensive linemen? What makes them good?
Well, I think the number one thing is, and we always talk about it, the number one thing for us is stopping the run with those guys. So when we measure them as how productive they are, and what we're looking for is control the line of scrimmage first. And then obviously, if they have the ability to get after the quarterback, we try to get them in one-on-one situations and get them on edges to create pressure. It's a little more difficult for us with three down. So we do some different things with our blitz packages to get more people than they can block at times. And then also we can bring 4 or 5 and try to get one-on-one matchups. But yeah, I think the biggest thing for us is we want the ball out quick when we pressure, and I think teams know that we're going to pressure, so we don't have a lot of opportunities. Quarterbacks don't hold the balls long.
Does it matter how much havoc they cause in the backfield as far as not necessarily in sacks, but at least, you know,
Yeah,
things?
yeah, we definitely we grade them on that. We look for that. But you don't want a guy that's just going to sit on the line of scrimmage either. We want guys that can run and rush the passer and put heat on and make the quarterback move his feet to maybe escape to a different window where we have other guys coming. So,
How has been your pass pressure this year? Are you happy with it? Do you think you better, or what do you think?
yeah, I think we're doing a good job. I think a lot of I think the biggest result of that showing on TFLs. I think we're still top 5 in the country with TFLs, and a lot of that has to do with disruptive D linemen right now, but some of it has to do with pressuring. Last week, however long ago, 10 days ago at Iowa State, it was okay, not great. I thought their quarterback did a really good job of standing in the pocket when they did bring pressure and taking hits and delivering the ball. But at certain points, you know, in that game, it wasn't as good as it's been. We weren't affecting that quarterback, so and if you're not gonna be able to do that, I'm not gonna put our guys in coverage one-on-one against a 6'6" kid. So,
How are they moving around this year? I know you were getting kind of beat down a little bit. Were they fresh, were their legs back, were you seeing the zip that you saw earlier?
yeah,
this year?
actually, last Tuesday, we had our first practice. After the game, we gave them a couple days. Watched a lot of film on Sunday. Monday was their day off. Tuesday, brought them in and thought we were really good then. Wednesday had a good physical practice, and then we hit the road recruiting for a couple days. And last night they had some pep in their steps, and they look fast.
Hey, Tony, their personnel on offense is, I mean, Hurt's different, but it's largely the same, but their numbers are way up across the board. They do stuff that's not explosive, or you wouldn't think they'd do that. Any explanation? They just a year better, or are they doing new things that are?
Yeah, I just think that I think they're a year better. I think their quarterback makes them go. Last year when we were coming into our game with them, and then in our game, the Smith kid was more of a pocket guy and couldn't move. I think the Brewer creates, you know, so many different things for them. And then Hurd, adding him into the mix, he's got a lot of production to wide out, and then he will come in and run the ball. So, but I think they're bought in. They believe in what they do and how they do it, and they stick with it. So, and they're able to run the ball. And that's what keeps people off balance.
I just thought it is, do you see any remnants of what the Lyles did, or is Boone moved on?
No, it's totally different.
Totally different.
Yeah.
You talked about tackling and shedding blocks being big issues against Iowa State. Practice rules, what they are. What do you do with those points of emphasis to get them better when you're limited in how physically?
Well, the biggest thing, and if you look, I think we had 31 missed tackles in the game the other night, which is ridiculous. I don't know if you could take 2 games prior to that and we had 31 total, but I think some of that, we were just on the ground too much. Now, what caused that? Was it grass, wet grass? Was it their backs were that good? Our guys couldn't stay on their feet. We couldn't get off blocks, you know, and that's the one thing about it, that we had a lot of opportunities to make tackles and one-on-one with running backs, and we didn't. So, you know, I don't think it was so much not getting off blocks. I think it was so much we were on the ground too much.
You've had some bounce back moments within games this year, right? Good past 2 quarters. What have you seen that makes you optimistic or maybe concerned, I don't know, about how you bounce back between games after a loss?
Yeah, well, being the first one, the first loss of the year. But you've been in this business long enough that kids are resilient. After we got back and we watched the film on Sunday and put it to bed, they came in Tuesday ready to go. So we have to do a great job as a coaching staff and not let that game beat us 2 times. So our kids got to come out and play. It's not like Baylor's going to roll in here and say, all right, you guys beat up on us there. We're going to take their best shot.
Jimmy, you were part of a lot of, you know, weeknight games, obviously, in the previous staff. Do you like weeknight games, and do you feel like that atmosphere is special, different, or same as Saturday?
Yeah, I think if we fill this stadium up and it gets going and we give the fans something to cheer about, I think it'd be great. But, you know, the first thing is we got to fill it up. And the second thing is we have to do our job, do our part. But I love the primetime game, 7 o'clock and 7:30, and let our kids kind of be the focus of college football that night. And I think that put us on the map in 2002, 2003. I think we were America's team at that point. We played, it seemed like every other Thursday.
What's your fondest memory of those?
Virginia Tech, Brian King's interception. So, that was a Wednesday night.
Same difference.
Do you believe that overall the incentive of the minor side has made the boys play a little harder?
No, I don't think it made it play. But since we've broken it out, we've had some turnovers, so it's been a good thing, I guess. But I think they're excited. You know, once it happens, there may be a little incentive there, but I don't think it wants them to make an interception any more than they did before we broke it out.
Last year Baylor was the worst team in the Big 12 in terms of scoring touchdowns once they reached the red zone. This year now they're one of the best. What's changed from what you've seen?
Yeah, they got big wideouts. You know, last year you could concentrate on them and double cover him and do some things, and now with Hurd, he's a threat down there, and then also with the running quarterback. Again, Smith was not a runner, their quarterback a year ago. So I think all that, and then I think they're able to run the ball a lot better than they were a year ago as well.
If Dorit can't go this week, depth-wise, where do you look to next at both those positions he's capable of playing?
Right now, we got Kenny Robinson, Toyas, Drayvon, myself, Matt Capone. We have Bonamico. Quantel Raines is a guy that's getting a lot of reps. If need be, we will play him. He's not played yet, but he's been with us all year long. Has traveled every game, so you know we're not going to save him at this point. Obviously, we have 5 games left, so we need to play him and get him ready to go. But the other safety spots will be the same.
He's a spur or bandit.
Bandit, he could do both. But right now, Diamante's been taking a lot of reps, backup spur. Quantel has been playing mainly backup bandit, him and Dante Bonamicos.
Caponius, bandit.
Yeah, Capone's a bandit. I think I'd have to play nose guard, but I don't think I'd play safety.
Okay, thanks, Coach.